Hello, this is Blue Diamond Coasters, and I am here at Kings Dominion. This is the second half of the 8th Spring Conference, so if you didn't watch the first half where we were at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, make sure to go check that out. But this is a special year for Kings Dominion because just like Busch Gardens, they are turning 50 years old this year. We got a good ERT layer tonight on Rapterra and a lot of the other rides in Jungle's Mission. We got some ERT tomorrow, and plus just spending a great day here at Kings Dominion. Now we are coming in a bit later in the day. It's only 6 o'clock, so there's only 3 hours of the actual park being open. Most of the stuff here at Kings Dominion is going to be tomorrow, but let's get the second half of 8th Spring Con here at Kings Dominion started. All right, first up is Grizzly. Now, this has gotten a lot of retrack work over the past few years, and from what I've been hearing, they actually kind of came back and finished up a bit more of the ending part of the ride that they didn't retrack before. So I'm looking forward to getting on a bit more retracked Grizzly. All right, did back row Grizzly. I'm not sure if they did any gravity group retrack over the off season. Maybe just some standard off season retracks that they always do. But pretty much everything except like the last little airtime hill after the final turnaround is really smooth, running great. Grizzly, it's funny how before I always thought of it as just like a nothing coaster, but now it's in the top 5 of the park. But now we're heading on my number 2 in the park, or at least my number 1 that's currently open today, and that's Twisted Timbers. All right, did Twisted Timbers. Gotta say, that one ride maybe wasn't the best, only because I kind of had a seatbelt in a bad spot. It was right in between my leg and the restraint, so it was really, every airtime moment had a little bit of pain just because of the seatbelt spot. So maybe next time I ride, I just need to make sure they have the seat buckle in a different spot. Anyway, we're actually going to be doing Drop Tower next. It was down when we got here because I think all the tower rides are right now down for wind, including, ironically, Windseeker. But yeah, this will be my second ever time on a Drop Tower, so looking forward to getting back on.
See that sun in the morning, peeking over the hill. I bet you sure it always has, and sure it always will. Us two, we don't know what's coming tomorrow. Nope, maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road, and we'll be sharing the load, 'cause we're side by side, just a traveling along, and we'll be singing a song. We're side by side.
Drop Tower was pretty fun, but now we're over here by Great Pumpkin Coaster because as of this year, adults can ride without kids, and because of that, we kind of have a bit of an ace takeover for Great Pumpkin Coaster. So yeah, we're about to have a bunch. There's now more adults than kids in the queue line for this ride. But yeah, I'm finally gonna get this credit and get a ride completion or a park completion for Kings Dominion. All right, that was a Great Pumpkin Coaster. It's a kiddie coaster. It's kind of like, Cosmos Curves or any of those other kind of like those model of kiddie coasters. It was just funny to see like a bunch of Acers all like pretty much taking over the whole train. We got about 10 minutes before ERT starts over on Rapterra, but I think I can hop on one quick ride on Flight of Fear with its new paint job on the outside to kind of fit the jungle theme. Oh wow, it's like a walk on.
Oh, count down.
All done with a quick ride on Flight of Fear. It was just weird being able to walk onto that. Normally it's always like a really long line, but I guess if you want to walk on Flight of Fear, come to it within 10 minutes of park close. And yeah, it's a solid ride. It's gonna be sad though, losing Joker's Jinx, just because I feel like that was the better version of the ride, at least compared to Flight of Fear. Anyway, it's 3 minutes till park close, but it also means 3 minutes to the start of our nighttime ERT on a couple rides: Backlot, Arachnidia, Tumbili, and Rapterra. Alright, just got first ride for ERT on Rapterra, and if you saw my video from Rapterra Media, you kind of know my like overall thoughts from then. But in case you haven't, this ride is a really solid ride. It's really great. Great launch, you got the great airtime moment on that hill, great inversions, and presentation wise, this ride is awesome. I love the theming in the queue, the way it kind of goes over pathways. One kind of new thing is that they added audio kind of on the launch right before you take off. That might have just been turned off on Media Day just to not interfere with microphones. But overall, it's still a really great ride, and it's easily number 3 in the park after Twisted Timbers and Pantherian. But enough about me. We have someone here who rode it for the first time just now. Austin, what do you think of Rapterra?
Okay, I haven't ridden Thunderbird yet. I will be doing that later this summer. But from where my opinion stands right now, that is currently my new favorite. Well, I don't know. I'll give it some thought because I only have one ride on it. But from that one ride, I think that might be my new favorite B&M wing coaster for now. I think the launch packed a punch. The theming is on point. It is bouncy, but I mean, who cares? Overall, a great ride. I do really miss Volcano, but I think this is a much needed, long-awaited replacement that King's Dominion needed to fill the gap with.
So, just had a bit of a unique experience. So, we just got off Backlot Stunt Coaster. We barely made it over the helix. Like, I thought we were actually about to roll back. Like, maybe like a mile per hour slower or 2 mile per hour slower, we would have rolled back. Then we made it to the brake run, and we stopped, and we just got evac. I think it was just an issue of maybe running too slow or something with one of the sensors being up, but just got my first evac credit at a Cedar Fair Legacy Park, and my second evac off a ride during ERT at a National Coaster event. go watch my Dollywood CoasterCon video about Lightning Rod to see the other one. The ride itself, its backlot stunt coaster, it's fine. But yeah, that was a really kind of funny experience. It was also great that the supervisor of the ride was also an ACE member, so he was like, you know, very nice. And they also gave us all free water after it came off. All right, so we managed to get actually 2 rides on Rapterra because we got the front row, and when we came back, there was 1 person left in the station for the last ride of the night, and we asked the ride up to go again, they let us go on. And we got the back row on the right side. I don't know if it was just because we were in the back, maybe it was an issue with the train, or maybe just because it was like one-sided, because like there was 2 people on the right side but nobody on the left. But that was that kind of reached unbearable levels of bumpiness. Like that gave me a headache at the end of it. So yeah, the Rapterra bumpy is real. Maybe it's a train or a side or a seat issue. It honestly, a balancing issue is something I could maybe see being a possibility, but yeah, that last ride was a bit bumpy. So that does it for day 1 at Kings Dominion, but this was just kind of the appetizer for tomorrow. We got pretty much a full day of stuff here at Kings Dominion tomorrow. And what's great is we're actually staying pretty close to the park. We're renting out a cabin over at the KOA next door. So we'll be right nearby Kings Dominion for the ERT tomorrow morning. And speaking of that, and we're back. Just like yesterday at Busch Gardens, I'm not able to kind of be in the same spot because we're also going in a different way this time, just like at Busch Gardens. We're actually heading through the entrance over kind of by Dominator and the pavilions, just so they can get us through without having to worry about dealing with people in the front. And we're heading in early today, so we have our ERT kind of in the back of Candy Apple Grove on stuff like Apple's Apple, I know, is in there. Bad Apple, I think, on a flat ride. But the main event is Twisted Timbers. All right, was able to get 1 ride on Twisted Timbers, much better than the ride yesterday. I was able to kind of move the buckle back so it wasn't right under my restraint. I was gonna get a 2nd ride, but I had to bail out of the line because we're actually now about to start a backstage tour of Twisted Timbers where we're gonna, I guess, go around the backside of it. So that's on in over here. done with our tour. Was able to get some great views of Twisted Timbers. But now that all of the Ace people pretty much left, we can get back online, and there's not much of a line. Managed to get 2 rides on Twisted Timbers, one in the back and one in second to front. And I gotta say, front half of the train actually might be my preferred spot. Just I really like those 3 back-to-back airtime hills. And by the way, just kind of call back to the previous video of Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Remember how I was saying how at the presentation for the 50th anniversary, they would be giving us a kind of limited edition item? Well, I decided to put them on now, and they're these golden glasses for the 50th anniversary. And I gotta say, Busch Gardens, these are some really good glasses. They also like the lenses are all nice and new, and it all seems really nice. So I'm rocking the golden glasses for the 50th anniversary of both Busch Gardens and Kings Dominion. So we're over here by our meal here in the pavilion, and they got a little bit of a silent auction table, but they're doing things differently, at least for me, is there's no paper, it's all online, and I actually kind of like the way it's going. I can go on a website and keep track of everything. I can also set my highest bid, and if I get outbid by somebody, it'll actually automatically notify me. But they got some pretty cool items. They got this Premier sign for Loch Ness Monster. Got maps from Kings Dominion, Knoebels, a bunch of other things, including some ride parts, including some wheels from Anaconda that are already almost $100 in bids. If you watch my videos from CoasterCon, you might recognize these. These were the placemats for our opening night meal. Another cool thing is this little guy over here. It's kind of a 3D printed mount for the media day yesterday at Big Bad Wolf. It was kind of put in front of the camera to make it look like the camera's a bit more farther out than it actually was. Yeah, this is a little 3D print thing. Current bid is $101, so definitely not going for that. But there are some parts over here from Berserker, from Dominator, from the Peanuts Turnpike, the log flume wheel there, and a couple more maps. Alright, our meal just ended, and I actually was able to get 2 items. I got one of the CoasterCon 45 little placemats, and I got a Knoebels mat, which is really cool. But some other people in our group got some cool things.
I got a the Peanuts Turnpike car seat for, I was the only one that was bidding. Nobody else did it, for $10.
Nice. Some other people in our group, I know our friend Cam got the Dominator seat, which is pretty cool. One of the other Ace people I recognize there, he's currently walking out with the Twisted Timbers brake fin. That's gonna be really weird, him walking around the park. It looks like Cloud with his giant sword. Alright, so we're over here in the gift shop, just kind of looking at stuff around. And we found all these monkeys over here. They all say Kings Dominion, except for these over here. What do they say?
Oh, I went there. Maybe I should get this.
What are these monkeys doing here?
How did I get here?
Just got off row 3 of Dominator, and maybe just because I was in the edge seat, it did get me a bit riled up a lot. Especially, there was a weird like head jolt in the bottom of the drop, but still a really great overall floorless coaster. Got some great views from the top of Eiffel Tower, but now I'm going to do a ride that I actually haven't done before, and that's Flying Ace. It's kind of in the Plant Snoopy area, but it's still like it looks pretty intense for like a kids ride, especially when you're like right next to these like smaller kids rides over here. This might be a bit intimidating for them, but we're gonna get on and ride it. I rode a similar one at Dollywood, so looking forward to seeing how this goes. All done with Flying Ace, and it's still like it's basically just a it still feels like a Planet Snoopy ride, but it feels like I feel like a little kid might be a bit too intimidated by that, like going way up there. So I don't know, it's like too intense for little kids, but also too tame for older kids. Like at that point, they might as well just ride Windseeker. And up next, another ride I haven't done before is Delirium. Every time I come here, this ride is either closed or I'm just kind of like not feeling a frisbee. What is kind of cool though is this is the old spot of a Shockwave, which I did see on my first visit back in 2015, but I was either too small to ride it or too scared to ride it, or both. And but I do remember seeing it, but it's good to they have a, I assume, probably better ride than a Shockwave on this spot. So Delirium was okay. I still prefer the Zamperla discoveries. They just get you a lot higher, but Delirium did have really good forces, both positive and negative. Anyway, while we're over here though, we might as well hop on Racer and, you know, get on this classic ride where Ace all began. Racer 75 is okay. You know, it's classic racing wooden coaster, but honestly, if I like end up missing it on a trip, I'm not like too upset. Especially, it just kind of feels forceless. There's a few parts where you get some air. Like we were in the back car, and we only got maybe like a few pops at a time. It was cool though, going past Pantherian and trying to take a sneak peek at the progress of it. I did see one train in station, another train on the brake run, so that's, I guess, some progress.
Next up, we're gonna do Jimmy's favorite song. Oh boy. Diddly-dee-diddly-dee-dee. Take me to King's Dominion. Would you take me out with the crowd? You let me live in Candy Apple Grove. And now that I'm here, I'll never grow old. Let me ride on Rapterra and eat funnel cake. The Eiffel Tower is my favorite. It's my favorite. 'Cause it's fun for the summer of fun at King's Dominion. Happy birthday, King's Dominion. Thanks for all the wonderful singing. We've had such a grand time here with all of you in Candy Apple Grove. Now coming at you, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, okay, anniversary, happy anniversary, come on, happy anniversary, hello, do you hear me talking? Happy anniversary, wrap it up, happy anniversary, it's time to say so now, to our wonderful friends out there, happy anniversary, hello, happy anniversary, guys, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, yes, it's time for the big finish. Alright, don't get cramped up. Happy anniversary. Well, see you later, folks. Hurry on back and visit with us again real soon. Have a great day here at King's Dominion.
Yeah, it is definitely weird not seeing Anaconda here anymore, but I do like the, get a better view of Lake Charles, Pantherian, and Racer. And I am curious to see kind of what happens to this little area here, the last little non-jungle area of Jungle Expedition. Maybe they tie it into Jungle Expedition, maybe they even make it its own kind of like separate thing over here, but kind of very curious to see what happens to this area. right, park is now closed, and we ended off on one more ride on Rapterra. I got row 2 on the inside. And you know what? I definitely think the inside is the way to go. That ride was actually really smooth. I mean, it was like a little, you got like your just kind of slight rattle that just happens because, you know, it's a steel coaster. But no, it was actually a really solid ride. And yeah, it's still, I think, great fit for the park. So that wraps up our day here at Kings Dominion, and that also wraps up Ace Spring Conference 2025. It was a great event overall. It's great seeing everybody, riding all the rides, doing all the behind-the-scenes experiences, and you know, this is my third national event for Ace, and you know, if there's ever one nearby my area, I'd always be welcome to do it. And it is great to be here at Kings Dominion for its 50th anniversary. Funny enough, it's the third time I've been to a Kings Park for its 50th birthday. Previously, I went to Kings Island and Carowinds for their 50th. So it's nice to see them do some stuff for the 50th. Maybe not as much as Kings Island and Carowinds did, but I think Kings Dominion still did a great job to celebrate their 50th anniversary. So just to wrap things up, make sure you guys do the usual. If you like this video, leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, including ones from Kings Dominion, be sure to subscribe to Blue Diamond Coasters. Make sure to also follow at Blue Diamond Coasters on both Instagram and TikTok, if TikTok is still around. And until next time, this is Blue Diamond Coasters. Later.